Alright guys, today we're going to get started on installing some new parts for our 2022 Grom. What do we have? First up, we've got an integrated tail light from Custom LED, their Blaster X model, so we can get rid of those ugly turn signals that everybody loves. And we've also got their Blaster X control switch, so we can get a little bit of disco party going on with the strobe light. And then we've also got the MNNTHBX Fender Eliminator that we're going to be throwing on to finally get rid of the wheel tail. And then up front for lights, we've got these Yoshimura plates to hold our new turn signals. And these are 3 wires, so we can have the running light still going. And to make that a little bit easier, we got the custom LED harness that we'll wire in there. And a cool thing too about custom LED, it's all made in America. To some people that may not mean a lot, but to some of us it does. And then we've also got custom LED flasher relay because we're going to be installing LEDs and that way they blink properly. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started on the install and see just how easy or how hard this stuff is. Alright, to give you guys an update on what we're doing now, we got the tail light off. We're fixing to install the new Blaster X from Custom LED, and we've got 2 plugs. You've got your one normal plug where the tail light plugs into, and then you've got this one here which ran the tag light and also your turn signals that was attached to the big wheel tail fender back here, and everything plugged in on the end of it, and then you had it plug into the main harness there. Well, I don't want to cut this harness on the bike and put bullet connectors on it. So what we're going to do, or what we did, was we cut this off of the wheel tail, and then we're just going to use these bullet connectors, tap off these other parts that we don't need, and so that way this will just plug straight into that, and it'll all be plug and play, and you'll be able to easily reverse it if we were to change it and do a different setup or something along those lines. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into a little bit of wiring to make this as easy as possible, and we'll touch base here in a second. Well, we've got the custom LED Blaster X tail light installed now, and super easy. Everything went on just like it should. And now this wiring that you see here, this is separate if you get the little control switch to be able to do the strobe lights. If you don't order that, then you won't have to worry about this additional wiring here, which was still plug and play. Now we've just got to figure out where we're going to mount it on the bike. And you can see here the rest of what we did, and we just reused that existing harness like I mentioned. And let's see if everything works. Yep, she works. And turn signals, yep. Now I'll give you guys a full demo here in a minute at night and at day to show you a difference of what this light looks like compared to the factory light. But right now what we're going to get started on, since we've got the tail light working and done, we've just got to tidy up some more of the wiring. We're going to get started on the man-in-the-box Fender Eliminator. Since we've got the stock fender off, we're going to go ahead and get started on throwing it up in that hole there. You can see we've still got a little bit of rubber left from our burnout. If you guys haven't seen that video, check out my Yoshimura exhaust install video. It's a lot of fun shooting it, but let's go ahead and get started on doing this Fender Eliminator, and we'll touch base here in a second. We've got the man-in-the-box Fender Eliminator on there now to get rid of the big massive well tail that comes on there from the factory. And as you can tell, it looks 1,000 times better, and everything went on, without a hitch, no problems at all. And all we had to do was, these 4 bolts here, and that's pretty much it. But as you saw, in the time-lapse portion, it was super easy. And now what we're going to get started on is getting rid of these front turn signals. So we'll go ahead and get started on that, and we'll touch base here in just a second. Alright guys, well we got everything installed today that we wanted to. We got the Blaster X integrated tail light from Custom LED installed, knocked out, good to go. And then we got the Fender Eliminator from Man-in-the-Box. That all went smoothly. The only thing that kind of gave us some problems was up front, my bracket. I believe it's bent. I took everything apart, put it back together probably 10 times, and it's nothing that I'm doing.
Oh, really?
It's just clearly bent outwards, whereas on this side, you can see it's perfect. Everything looks good. And a note too, if you guys end up running these turn signals from Amazon, you will have to, well, if you're using Yoshimura's mounting plates here, you will have to widen those out a little bit, the hole, so that way it fits through there. Not a big deal though, super simple. And just to show you guys what they look like when you turn them on, Little Knight Rider flash there, and turn signals there. And of course, everything's working right on the tail light from Custom LED, their Blaster X model. And now to end off the video, we're going to take the bike outside, show you what the lights look like before and after with the OEM stuff versus this in the dark and then also in daylight, so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like as a package. And yeah, that'll do it for this video. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate the support, and we'll see you in the next one.
Woo!